Hello, and welcome back to our channel, where we journey into the darkest corners of folklore. Tonight, we're venturing deep into Southeast Asia, a region rich with vibrant cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and stories that will send a shiver down your spine. Forget the caped vampires of European lore. The creatures we're about to meet are far more terrifying and deeply embedded in the local psyche. From the Philippines to Malaysia, these are the blood-chilling stories of monsters that hunger for human flesh. So dim the lights, check your locks, and get ready to discover the things that go bump in the night. Our first stop is the Philippines, an archipelago with over 7,000 islands, each with its own unique legends. But one creature is feared above all others, the Aswang. The Aswang isn't just one monster. It's a shape-shifting entity, a catch-all term for the ghouls, witches, and were-creatures of Filipino folklore. By day, they can be anyone, your quiet neighbor, a friendly shopkeeper, or even a relative. They appear completely normal, integrating seamlessly into the community. But when darkness falls, their true nature is unleashed. One of the most terrifying forms of the Aswang is the Penanggalan. Imagine this. You hear a soft, clicking sound like a gecko getting louder. You look up and see a horrifying sight. The Penanggalan is a creature, usually female, whose upper torso detaches from its lower half. Leaving its legs behind, it sprouts large, bat-like wings and takes to the skies, its entrails dangling beneath it, its preferred prey, unborn babies. The Penanggalan will land silently on the roof of a house where a pregnant woman sleeps. Using its long, proboscis-like tongue, it will extend it through a crack in the roof and feed on the heart of the fetus. This creature embodies the deep-seated fear of losing a child and the vulnerability of the home. The only way to defeat a Penanggalan is to find its abandoned lower torso and sprinkle it with salt or crushed garlic. This prevents the top half from reattaching, and when the sun rises, the creature will be destroyed by the daylight. Next, we travel to Vietnam, a land of ancient traditions and haunting legends. Here, we encounter the Malay. Similar to the Aswang, the Malay are beings that appear human during the day, but reveal their monstrous side at night. Vietnamese lore describes them as individuals, often women, who have made a pact with dark forces. Their spirits leave their bodies while they sleep, transforming into flying heads with their internal organs trailing behind them. They glide through the night, seeking blood to sustain themselves. Their victims are often people who are sick or weak, as their life force is easier to drain. The Malay are said to have a telltale sign, a persistent cough. In many villages, it was believed that anyone with a chronic cough could be a Malay in disguise. To protect themselves, people would hang bundles of thorny branches or garlic over their doors and windows, believing these would repel the malevolent spirits. If you could find the Malay's sleeping empty body, you could prevent the spirit from returning by turning the body over or covering it with a fishing net, trapping the spirit outside until sunrise, which would vanquish it forever. Now, let's journey south to Thailand, the land of smiles, where a terrifying ghost instills fear in rural communities. Meet the Krasue. The legend of the Krasue is ancient and deeply disturbing. The story goes that she was once a beautiful princess or noblewoman who was condemned to suffer a horrific curse. Now she is doomed to live as a disembodied head, with only her glowing viscera, her heart, stomach, and intestines dangling beneath her as she floats through the night. The ghastly glow of her organs illuminates her path as she hunts for her next meal. Like the Penanggalan, the Krasue has a gruesome appetite, preying on pregnant women and newborn babies. But she is also known to feed on livestock, like cattle and chickens, leaving them mysteriously drained of blood or partially devoured by morning. After feeding, she must wipe her bloodied mouth. People often leave out clothes on the line overnight, and finding them stained with blood in the morning is a sure sign the Krasue has paid a visit. She is a figure of both horror and pity, a once beautiful woman cursed to a monstrous existence, forever hungry and forever alone in the darkness. Our final destination is Malaysia, where we meet the Penanggalan. The tale of the Penanggalan is strikingly similar to the Krasue in Malay, showing a shared regional fear. The Penanggalan is another flying head with trailing entrails, a potent symbol of female power twisted into something monstrous. During the day, she is a beautiful woman, often a midwife, which makes her story even more sinister. Her ability to help bring life into the world is grotesquely contrasted with her nocturnal activities. To detach her head, the Penanggalan immerses herself in a large vat of vinegar. This process not only allows her head to separate, but also shrinks her organs so they can fit through small openings like keyholes or cracks in the floorboards. She seeks the blood of new mothers and their infants. Her presence is often announced by a strange vinegary smell. To protect a new mother and her child, families would place thorny branches from a plant called mangkong around the house. The thorns are meant to snag and tear the Penanggalan's trailing organs, injuring her and forcing her to retreat. Like the others, if her head cannot rejoin her body before sunrise, she will perish. These stories, from the Aswang to the Penanggalan, are more than just campfire tales. They are cultural expressions of deep-seated anxieties, the fear of the unknown, the fragility of life, the danger that can hide behind a familiar face. The recurring theme of the flying, disembodied female head is particularly fascinating. Some folklorists believe it represents a societal fear of powerful women who defy traditional roles. The midwife who brings life but also takes it. The beautiful neighbor who is secretly a monster. These figures tap into a primal fear of betrayal and the subversion of the natural order. They remind us that the most terrifying monsters are often the ones that look just like us. They are a haunting reminder that in the darkness, you can never be sure who or what is watching. Thank you so much for joining us on this chilling tour through Southeast Asian folklore. The world is full of incredible stories, and some of the most terrifying ones are waiting just beyond your doorstep. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure into the unknown. Stay safe and sleep tight.